Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm wahyuningsih, 23 18035 from English Education in PBI-A Bukit Tinggi. Good morning, audience, and the Honorable, my lecturer, and the Honorable, my beloved friends. First of all, let's say many thanks to Allah who has given us some blessings so we can gather in this meeting. Salawat and salam unforgettable sent to our Prophet Muhammad SAW by saying Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. On this wonderful occasion, I'm here to give a speech about my future career as a teacher. Do you know how to be a good teacher for your student in the future? How to be a teacher that is liked by your students? And how to become the most favorite teacher in the future. It's not difficult, just a few easy tricks for you to do. And here's some tips that I want to do if I be a teacher in the future. First, the definition of teaching. Teaching is one of the important professions in today's society. As a teacher, you will shape the minds of the others and encourage them to think independently. To become a good teacher, it's important to be organized. Create lesson plans, objectives, activities, and assessment plans well before each class day. Get your student interested in learning by fostering a positive, supportive, yet challenging classroom environment. And here's the first tips that I can give to you. First is developing a good classroom environment. Create a daily objective for your students. This is your way of providing a roadmap for your student. It shows them that you put thoughts into the day's work and you know where it is heading. It's best if the objectives are clear, brief, and realistic. As each objective is completed, remind your students of what they have accomplished together. The next tip is listen to your students. Ask them open and ended questions after they have made a statement. Encourage them to ask your question as well. Show that you are listening to them by nodding your head or gesturing for them to continue. And give them eye contact while they are speaking and try your best not to interrupt them, unless you must redirect the conversation. Okay, the next tips is seek out the teaching mentors. Look for the other teachers at your school who are willing to discuss teaching with you or who will even let you sit on their classes. If they are interested, invite them to your classroom as well. After they have seen you teach, ask them to provide you with constructive criticism. See if they have suggestions for you, and you can be an even better teacher. Okay, the next tips from me is keep students on task. Set time limit for classroom exercises or activities. In discussions, use your responses to their remarks as a classroom management tool. For example, you might say, "I really like what you're saying. How do you think it connects with objective number 5?" Or you can ask them other questions that relate to the subject and make them more interactive to the subject. And the next tips for me is push your student to succeed. Try to create an environment in which your students will be constantly intellectually challenged. Let them know that it is okay to fail on occasion. You want to strike a balance between setting too high of goals for them and being a pushover. Use your students' progress to guide your way. They should be steadily improving, but not without considerable effort. Offer assistance to struggling students. Do your best to identify students who are struggling academically early on. Consider offering in-class resources, such as pair exercises, or direct them to external sources, such as subject tutoring. Okay, the next step from me is take time to reflect. At the end of each semester or teaching periods, sit down and evaluate that worked well and what didn't in your class. Be honest with yourself and realistically assess what is in your power to change before. And before teaching that particular class again, If you are preparing for a certain course that always causes problem, you might consider reaching out to your mentor for advice. Okay, the next tips is be a professional at all times. Dress appropriately for your teaching environments. Keep your teaching materials and classroom organized. Spend time preparing for each day of teaching. Show respect when talking with your colleagues and administrators. Think about what it means to be a professional teacher and try to live up that the model. And next tip from me is create good relationship with the parents of students. Communications is key when working with parents. Keep in touch with them via in-person conferences as well as written behavioral reports. Let them know that you are interested in their ideas and perspective on teaching. You can also solicit their help for event and celebration in your classroom. So share with the parents whatever you feel when you are teaching their children, so that it can help you to increase your class with the parents helping. And the next tips for me is stay calm when addressing argumentative students. It's really easy to lose your cool when faced with a challenging or critical student. Instead, take a deep breath and try to look at their perspective. Ask them to explain their position in the further detail. Encourage other students to enter into the discussion. And one point, don't ever blame a student whenever they give you some advice or maybe some point about the subject, or maybe they ask you about something but you think that's not logically question. But that's the student. We are human. We have the different brain. We have the different way to think. So just accept, just receive whatever the question, but never blame them, because that will break their mental and that will make impact to their spirit in learning in your class. Believe me, it will make your class it's not better again. Okay, and those are some tips that I can give to you, and I hope that we can apply in the future to be a good teacher for students. Being a teacher is must be patient, because we teach many children that has many different background, many different brain. We have different heart, we have different way to talk, to share something. We are the unique human. So never blame someone just because they are different. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.